Fuck around, make my 40 pop. No popcorn, I pop pistols, reaming my body.
Alright, y'all. Boruto episode 213 preview. This episode right here is going to be absolutely insane. The last episode of Boruto was great, but this right here is going to be even better. It's going to be the episode of Kashin Koji versus Jigen. Also, the episode where Amado spills damn near all the beans about the Kado organization, the Otsutsuki clan, the Ten Tails, a bunch of stuff like that. Just a bunch of knowledge and a bunch of action in this episode. Everything that we could pretty much ask for. Oh, and by the way, I uploaded my review of Boruto episode 212 earlier today. I uploaded a little bit unusually early. Let me know what you guys think about that. I'm just trying out a different time slot. But regardless, let's get into this actual preview. I think that this, by the way, I'm talking about spoilers. I'm sorry for the anime onlys, bro. The stuff I'm going to see in this preview, I'm going to talk about. I'm not necessarily going to give spoilers for like 5 episodes down the line. No, just stuff in this preview. I have to. There's a bunch of interesting stuff in this preview. But regardless, let's get into the actual preview. So it kind of starts, well, this right here is the next episode. So it's going to kind of start a little bit in the last episode. By the way, I'm not necessarily going to put much stock into the animation for this because similar to like a lot of the other fights out there, this is not going to be the big episode. The big episode is going to be episode 214. Now, even though I say that, I'm still going to go over the staff behind episode 213 and also 214 as well. But 213, I'm also going to talk about how I think it's probably going to look. But I just want to tell you guys, by the preview, I want you guys to know right now, I personally do not expect it to be anything too crazy. I do want to point out in episode 207, I said that exact same thing. In episode 207, completely blew everybody out of the water. But regardless, let's continue. This right here was in the previous episode when they were both sitting down. So they're going to kind of redo this. So Kashin Koji and Jigen, they're basically talking about how Kashin Koji was actually created to kill Jigen. This right here was kind of, I should say, interesting, because obviously everybody has been running with the idea that Kashin Koji could potentially be Jiraiya. Now it's saying that Kashin Koji was created. I don't know. While this was going on, you know, because I'm trying to put myself into the anime only shoes, because obviously when I was reading the Boruto manga, this was my first time actually seeing this. Me trying to connect the dots, I was thinking that Kashin Koji was created in the mold of a Jiraiya type. That right there was just me, but let's keep going. You're just Amado's creation, a conveniently movable pawn. So it's confirmed again. Amado completely created Kashin Koji out of thin air. Now, we don't necessarily know exactly if it's completely out of thin air, but obviously they're putting it all out on the table. Now, not only that, the fact that Kashin Koji is like actually keeping up with Jigen is actually interesting. Like, they're actually having a back and forth right here in the preview. But here we have Amado telling Naruto about damn near all the secrets of the Kado organization, the Otsutsuki clan, the Ten Tails, just a bunch of stuff. He's spilling all the beans. Look like Takashi 69 in an interrogation room. But regardless, at this particular time, what we can possibly assume is it's probably going to be jumping in and out of the scenes where Kashin Koji is fighting against Jigen, and also this scene right here. It's going to be like a 2-tier type of episode where it's going to be interesting things in one tier and interesting things in the other tier. I'm going to absolutely love that. I loved it in the Boruto manga, and I'm pretty damn sure the anime is going to do it so much justice. But let's keep going. This right here is absolutely huge. On the surface, it doesn't look like much. And again, this right here is going to be spoilers. So if you guys don't necessarily want to hear it from me and you guys want to wait till the actual episode comes out, but regardless, this is the Karma Seal. This is what the Karma Seal looks like. Supposedly, Amado's going to say that the Karma Seal is essentially like this thing that holds a bunch of Otsutsuki DNA. Specifically, if we're talking about Boruto, this holds like a backup file of Isshiki Otsutsuki, and it pretty much spreads throughout Boruto's body. Now, an interesting question that has never really been asked. After Boruto gets the Karma Seal, like after he gets this injection into his hand, if he cuts off his hand, would that be good? Like, would he not have the Karma Seal anymore? I don't know. But regardless, this right here, anime-wise, it looks like, I wouldn't necessarily say 10 times better than in the Boruto manga, but this right here looks better than what the Boruto manga portrayed. It's so much depth, this 3D, a bunch of stuff like that. I really, really like how they portrayed this. And obviously, if Amado can give us more information about this, it's going to be absolutely amazing. But in the captions, Jigen is still talking trash to Kashin Koji, basically telling him that you're nothing more than a tool that's being used by Amado. And honestly, I think that Kashin Koji accepts that. One of the things that we do understand is that he's like a kind of old school ninja. We heard this even before that, way before. And we're talking about OG Naruto fans will probably remember this. Boruto fans probably not necessarily going to remember this, but regardless, Zabuza was actually saying this. He was saying how shinobis are no more than a tool that's being used by someone else. And obviously, Jigen saying this, Kashin Koji is probably not necessarily going to feel any type of way because obviously he grew up on those type of morals. But regardless, let's continue on with the preview. Again, Jigen and Kashin Koji are still fighting. Now, in the Boruto manga, this fight wasn't long. I don't expect this fight to be as short as it was in the Boruto manga. I wouldn't necessarily mind that, mainly because we do understand that Jigen is extremely weak, and I talked about this in one of my last videos, how the Boruto anime has a tendency to make fights a little bit longer. When Isshiki Otsutsuki pops up, though, I want that fight to be extremely quick, but that's besides the point. Alright, yo, they got everything. Jigen's in stage 2 of the Karma Seal. My goodness, this episode right here is going to be fire. Yo, this man Kashin Koji looks cold-blooded, bro. I don't know if it's just me, bro. Maybe I'm just a stan, bro. Maybe I'm just a Naruto stan, bro. But I can't wait till this episode comes out, man. This episode right here is gonna be absolutely amazing. And again, I think it's going to be like tiered. 213 is going to be better than 212, even though 212 was absolutely amazing. And 214 is going to be better than 213. 215 might be better than 214, and so on and so forth. But let me know what you guys think about this episode right here in the comment section below. And not only that, what are you most interested about this specific preview right here? I think one of the most interesting things that we did see here has to be the Karma Seal. That right there looked absolutely amazing. But it's been your boy Baara B, and we out.
It's a knife.